Does your mind go completely blank when you try to speak Italian? Do you freeze up even when you do know the words? Maybe you can read Italian perfectly, you can understand conversations, but when it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out. Well, don't worry. This is incredibly common, and today, Italianissimo is going to give you some practical strategies to break through that speaking block once and for all. Welcome back to Italianissimo. We've helped hundreds of students overcome their fear of speaking Italian through thousands of online lessons. Now, the beautiful thing about the techniques we're going to share with you today is that you can practice them completely alone. No conversation partner needed, no pressure, just you building your confidence step by step. But before we dive in, if you want to speak Italian with confidence, make sure to subscribe to Italianissimo and hit that notification bell for weekly tips that actually work. Also, let us know in the comments what's your biggest fear when it comes to speaking Italian. Is it making mistakes, forgetting words, or something else entirely? We always love to read your comments and get to know you better. Okay, let's begin. Strategy number 1 to stop freezing. Get comfortable with your voice speaking Italian. The first reason people freeze when speaking another language, not just Italian, is that we are not used to hearing our own voice produce the sounds of that language. Your mouth, your tongue, your vocal cords, they need to get familiar with Italian breathing and pronunciation. That's why it feels so strange. So here are 2 super simple, immediately actionable techniques to start feeling more comfortable with your Italian voice. Technique 1. Always repeat Italian vocabulary out loud when you learn it, not just silently. When you read or review new words, say them out loud. This helps your brain connect the sound of your own voice with Italian. Technique 2. Name things around you in Italian as you go about your day. For example, say la tazza when you pick up your coffee cup, la finestra when you open a window, la porta when you go through a door. Simple but powerful. These 2 techniques might sound basic, but they are incredibly effective. They get you used to producing Italian every single day, even if only for a few minutes. Strategy number 2 to stop freezing. Train your brain not to panic. Often, you know the words, but under pressure, everything disappears. This happens because your brain hasn't practiced retrieving Italian vocabulary quickly enough. The solution? You need to train your brain to access words without hesitation. And the best way to do this is by talking to yourself in Italian out loud while doing daily activities. Would you ever run a marathon without first training on your own? Of course not. Speaking a language is the same. It's a skill you must practice alone before performing with others. Here are 2 simple techniques. Technique 1. Describe what you're doing out loud in Italian. For example, sto facendo il caffè. I'm making coffee. Sto guardando la TV. I'm watching TV. If you have pets, talk to them in Italian. They won't judge you, and it's great practice. Technique 2. Describe your environment out loud. Start by naming objects around you, like una sedia blu. Then build sentences. Vedo una sedia blu. La sedia è accanto al tavolo. Sul tavolo c'è un libro. This way, you naturally create sentences without overthinking. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to get your brain used to producing Italian phrases spontaneously, not to avoid every mistake. Final thoughts. Speaking anxiety is normal. Even advanced learners freeze sometimes. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is consistent practice. Start with just 5 minutes a day of speaking Italian out loud to yourself and watch your confidence grow. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more Italian learners who need these strategies. Now, your next step, pick one of these techniques and try it today. And don't forget to tell us in the comments about your biggest fears when speaking Italian and which technique you'll start with. Remember, your Italian voice is already there. It just needs practice to come out. Italianissimo!